Good evening. You caught me having a swig there. I see the comments are busy already. We've got Old School Variety facing, Planet Retro, Turner Arcades, Flashback TNT, Gares, Raz is here, Jay Cybersnake, he was first, and I believe there's someone else. David Retro Games Played Badly is finally making one of these streams. What I'll say is, if you tuned in last night, it was a great bit of chat about 8-bit microsystems. Tonight will be different. I'll do try and mix it up. So the lads who are going tonight will be a little bit more modern. We've got Gasset in. Gilfoy, who's recently subbed to the channel. Hello. Bill, Pixel, Horatio. I'm not going to say hello to everyone every time anyone comes in. What I am going to ask is, this is stream number 16, and we'll be doing some great stuff with the community. What I ask is once I've got my two guests off tonight, if you hang around with me for 5 minutes, because I've got an issue I want to bring up, man, and it's quite important, and I'd like you all to be in there and listen to the end with me. It could fucking end my fucking streaming career, but I really don't give a fuck. I need to get it off my chest. So please stick around to the end and make sure we keep it in the comments to tell everyone to stick around to the end, because it's very important. So other than that, we're going to have a little bit of fun with two lads who I get on really well with, and they started the tubes about the same time as me. So I'll bring in one of them first. Say hello. Introduce yourself.
All right. I'm Gav from the Retroheads. Like Dana says, I started about the same time as him. How long ago was that now? 3 years? 2 years?
I think it's longer now. I think it's 4 years. You started. Yeah, mate. It's 4 years. I'm pretty sure it was 2016, the beginning of 2016 we started. Ourselves, Tony started around the same time as us as well.
Yeah.
And I can't think who else. But the funny thing about YouTube is when you start together, you almost like seem to stick together, if you know what I mean. You interact with each other, which we've always seemed to do. So that's good. So should we get the other guy in, even though he broke away from you? He's still attached to you.
Is he there?
Oh, he's here now. I think he's finished. Say hello. He's got his hat on.
Well, hello, I'm Chris. I'm from Age of Nerd.
Twitter user.
Twitch,
that's it. Twitch.
Yeah. No, of course, Chris from Retroheads as well. Yeah, it was just over 4 years, Dane said, because my daughter just turned 4 on Friday, and it was just before she was born. So it'll be probably just over 4 years we've been doing it now.
I think I started about January 16, so yeah, it's probably just over 4 years, isn't it?
4.5, yeah.
But you weren't fucking the Retroheads back then, were you?
He's put in the chat, so this is for Stu.
I can't get the chat on my thing. I might.
There you go, Stu.
If there's any important comments, Gav, I'll just put them up. But I doubt there will be. Press 1 if you think Chris and Gav should revert to Team Chav. So yeah, let's start about that. I normally start with lockdown, but I remember you guys being Team Chav, and I always remember when you subbed me, I thought, I hope these ain't a pair of fucking chavvy idiots who subscribe to me. but talk us through that, because obviously it was a combination of your name and how that started, that idea of being Team Chav, really.
Well, what you just said there is the only reason we stopped being Team Chav, because we don't like chavs. You know? We've got out against them, just we not chavs, basically. That's the top and bottom of it. And a lot of people might have been put off by, I'm not going to watch Team Chav. Who wants to watch two chavs talking about computer games?
I just remember, I was just thinking, and then I watched it, I thought, well, they're not fucking chavs. And then obviously I worked out it was Chris and Gav that you'd combined your names.
Yeah. I think if you ever seen our intro, you kind of got the gist, because obviously the Chris and the Gav come together.
Wasn't one a Nintendo logo and the other one a Sega logo, and they come together to make the Chav word, if I remember right?
Something like that. It was a long time ago.
Gav wouldn't know, because he doesn't do none of the technical shit, does he?
Gav's was the G. Gav just turns up and talks.
He's like,
help out.
Just on the road. I've got to stop talking to the chat.
Don't bother with the chat. Where are Chris and Gav from? This is a good question, because I always say Newcastle, and I know it's not.
It's close enough. County Durham.
County Durham.
It's about what, 10 minutes away from Durham.
Yeah, 5 miles from Durham, kind of thing. Well,
Yeah.
20 minute, 40-minute drive to Newcastle. 35 minutes.
Personal question to you both. Do you remember Mongoose on a unicycle, his channel?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
does he live up your way, and what the fuck's happened to him?
No idea. We were in a group chat with him and he just disappeared.
No, what it was is he used to be a lot of stuff. He used to be manager of a restaurant, like a pub kind of thing. And then I think he changed his job. So he used to do YouTube's a hobby when there's a lot of people that's sick of your job, you come on and do YouTube. And I think he changed jobs, and I think he just didn't have time no more. So when he changed his jobs and did what he did, he tried doing a little bit more, but he just fell away.
He just disappeared though. That was the thing that baffled me, He left the group. He didn't say "Oh, I'm packing in, lads," or no like that. It was just Mongoose has left the group.
Yeah, I've messaged him a few times since he's kind of give up on that, but he's not coming back. He's enjoying life, I think.
I did used to enjoy his channel. He was a good crack, to be fair.
Oh, yeah.
I just remembered he would have been around about the same. He'd probably been on a little bit longer than us, but he was around that same sort of time as us, and he was quite active back then.
Yeah,
you always remember the
Leeds a few times with him.
Did you?
Fair with him, once or twice, didn't we?
Did he take his unicycle?
Yeah. Ben used to call him. He was a good lad, like.
Yeah, I'd say why was he? We met him there once. We gave him a lift home, didn't we? But I used to track him all the time. He put effort in his videos as well, which I really enjoyed. He'd have cutaways and stuff like that and make it humorous. He was a good channel, Ben was.
Didn't he used to always go to Granger Games? Was it Granger Games he used to go to? You always used to mention a shop called Granger Games.
Yeah, he found one in Newcastle that sold retro games.
Well, I think they've gone bankrupt now, ain't they? Because there's someone at the local car boot sale. Well, not my local one, Stu's local one. And he turns up with boxes full of stuff. Like your Zelda hats, your Zelda t-shirts, £1 each, man. Just find them out. But he bought most of Granger's, what's it called? Bankrupt stock. But anyway, we'll stop talking about Mongoose on a unicycle, because if he can't be asked to come back, let's not fucking give him any airtime.
Your puppy's come back. Give him a message. Get him on.
I will. I think he's still on Twitter. He probably answer. Russ is trying to get me to get the Gamer Virgins on. That's who Russ is pestering me to get on.
Well, if you get him up his cupboard, you might be able to get them on.
The thing is I went and looked at some of their last videos from a year ago, and Russ has left comments on them, and I'm quite worried for him if I brought them back, if I'm honest. we all know what Russ likes. So anyway, we're live from lockdown. I forgot to mention that all night. That's the fucking name of the program, and whatever this is, the stream, and I've not mentioned it. So we'll start with Gav. How have you been coping with lockdown? How has things changed for you, etc., etc.?
Well, I normally get quite a bit of gaming done anyway, but with lockdown, I've been getting twice as much done. I sat and played through the South Park Stick of Truth on the PS3. That was in the first week. I'm on with Batman Arkham Knight now, and I've just been playing a lot of COD Warzone Plunder.
PS4 on PS4.
Xbox One mainly.
Is it cross-platform?
It is Xbox and PC and PS4 and PC, but I don't think PS4 and Xbox One are.
I'm going to say because
I've got it on both anyway. But I'm
going to say because me and Lee, Retro Gamer Addict, or whatever the fuck he is, that's his PS4 name. We do play a bit of that. We got a few squads together, and they've just upped it to 4. So if you fancy a game, we can have a few games of that.
That's funny because Lee's on my friends, and he's never invited us yet. Like,
has he not? It's probably because he can't translate what you're saying. That's what it is. He does struggle.
Well, we did start playing with him when it first came out, didn't we? And then lockdown happened, and he just disappeared. Like,
well, for a fourth, we didn't play with Kev Wolford. He's normally our third, and now we need a fourth. Kev is a beast on that game. He goes in the beast.
Kev's a beast on all games.
He carries us all the time.
That sounds like me. I end up carrying Liam, Big Game Al, in most games that we fucking play. Operation Hide Behind Dana is what we call it.
I'll get carried in whatever game I play.
So, other than gaming, you're not working at the moment? You're off for the while, ain't you, Gav?
How long have we been off for, Chris? Is it 2 or 3 weeks? It all blends into one long day.
2.5 weeks.
Is it 2.5?
2.5 weeks, aye.
3 weeks then. I've just started doing stuff around the house, to be honest. I just put a light for the man switch out the door, so I can put shelves where the old light was. Yeah.
Did it work?
Yeah. I don't want to bore people, but with one's on, I can't turn the other one off. Type thing.
We won't talk about electricals because I know Pete, old school today, has had a nightmare fitting his extractor on his thing, and I don't want to get in it. But he did. He said he was drilling and he saw some copper, which normally isn't a good sign for fucking anyone. So
what you do? Drill through it?
I don't know what he did, mate. I avoided that chat. I just said, look, man, if you lick the wires and they're fucking hurt, yeah, them still working. Was my bit of advice. Talking of shelves.
Is it a gas or water pipe?
I don't know what he's fucking in. Talking of shelves, them are lovely shelves. If you could get in touch with Stu, to UK, because he doesn't fucking know how to put shelves up. His shelves are like fucking Robin Hood, them proper boat, isn't they, man?
I know, I'm going to say,
I'll put some spare if you want some.
Have you two made them out the same lot of wood as well? Because I've just noticed now you're side by side, you've got the same fucking colour fucking shelves and everything.
Just MDF and grey beers. Red Dwarf grey.
Some of us are leaders and some of us are followers.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris.
I built mine first.
I don't believe that. I believe Gav probably did it first because his looks more organised. Well, organised chaos, should I say? Because that shelf above your window there, that really pisses me off that it doesn't line through with the fucking other two shelves because I have OCD and that's stressing me right now. Yeah, there's that little step in there. For me, you should have took that top shelf up to line all the way fucking through. So how about you, Chris? How has lockdown changed things for you? Obviously, not working because you work with Gav.
To be honest, I'm enjoying it way more than I should be. I feel bad because I'm enjoying it. My days are going too quick. I'm loving it. I get up in the morning, doing that Joe Wick every morning. He's a killer. Have you seen him on YouTube doing the exercises?
Oh yeah, my missus lad, he does it, man.
Yeah, do that every day. And then I do some jobs around the house. Do an afternoon stream. I've been streaming every day from 1:30 to 2:30. Finish that, go for a walk with the family, come home, play in the garden, have my tea, and either stream or go to bed. That's my life, and I'm enjoying it way too much.
Did you see anything interesting today on your walk, Chris?
There was a few horses kicking about eye.
Bouncing up and down, was that the horses?
No, but like you said, it is getting terrifying when you read the news and that, and more people dying every day. It is a scary situation going on at the moment. And I'm not going to lie, when you go out and you see people kicking about, you do try and keep the distance. But when I'm in the house and I'm not taking notes of the world, I'm enjoying it too much. I think if I take it in too much, I will freak out because I do. Yeah.
Obsess is the
yes,
word.
Gav, obsess. If I start taking it in too much, I'm trying to keep my distance on purpose. I'm just trying to enjoy my moment what I'm in and just enjoy what's happening.
I reckon it's going to be at least another 3 weeks, really, don't you?
Yeah.
So
I think it will. I think it's going to be a full 6 weeks lockdown in it, really.
Wait, the thing is, though, we up here are probably 2 weeks behind, like the likes of London anyway. So are we coming out of lockdown at the same time as everywhere else, or are they going to stagger it, or what?
I think what they've said today, their plan is the whole of the, because they've locked. I think they staggered some of it, didn't they? Or, like, you know, London. Although London was put on official lockdown the same as all of us, if you saw London as a town, it was already pretty much fucking deserted a few days before.
They didn't enforce it though, did they? That was the problem.
Nah.
You get all these ones who's like, I'm above the law, mate. Who's to tell me to stop in the house?
Well, the local smackheads down the road were all stood on the corners today, but they're like fucking immortals. They won't die anyway, will they? So, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
2 hours up, man. It's a party every day. All they're smoking. Lockdown, man. It's all you and the smoking dope and that. It's just ganja parties and barbecues every day. 2 hours up, man.
I hope Pete's not in the comments. He'll be fucking jealous again.
What, you going to send them small green?
Yeah.
Chris, have you been hanging out the window or getting a contact eye?
I read up about you can't get contact eye.
But I think what they've said today is the plan is for the whole of the country to kind of have their peaks at the same time, so then we can come out of it together. How they can control that, I don't know. I think you can't really criticism a lot of it's, it's never happened in any of our lifetimes that they're just trying to do what's the best, you know what I mean? And think on their feet, which I think every government's having to do, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think ours has done pretty well, to be honest. Like, I mean, America's still not in lockdown.
Well, that's the weird thing. They've like patched it, which I kind of understand as America, because aren't some states as big as us as a country anyway?
Oh, yeah. I think
so.
Pretty much every single one's bigger than us, isn't it?
Yeah, I think what they've been trying to do is if there's been a cluster of outbreaks in one state, they're shutting that state down, if you know what I mean. Because to shut America down, I mean, it's why probably the Russians couldn't do it, because it's such a big country. It'd be fucking impossible to shut it all down and police that fucking whole country.
Yeah, I suppose.
Old school variety face is saying too much non-gaming talk. Well, you know where the door is. Don't let the good Lord split you. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. You can always fuck off. But we will get on to some gaming talk. But what we'll start with, because it's quite unique with you guys, is we'll talk a YouTubing journey. So we can do it separate if you both used to watch YouTube before you became YouTubers, and then get into how you decided to start a channel. And then obviously we'll have Chris when he broke away from me and left you fucking behind, Gav, as well. We'll get onto that. So we'll let Gav have a talk first.
You've always got to bring that up, haven't you? It's still a sore subject, you know.
Anton Deck can't fall out. Anton Deck can't fall out. We won't let it happen. Not again.
Like, to be fair, Gav got caught drinking driving, and that's why we're on break. He's just got off the rehab.
In his Mini.
We haven't won any YouTuber of the Month awards since I got caught either. No, basically, my whole story is I work with Chris, and there's only so many times you can say no to him before you have to actually do one of his crazy schemes. And YouTube sounded like the least crazy.
Nice.
Good night, Charlie.
Go on.
Daddy,
Don't know what that's meant to say, but there you go.
It says Zelda sucks.
Yeah. It says £1 from the car builder.
So go on anyway.
Basically, Chris used to pester with every single crazy scheme that you could imagine. And eventually I caved and said, go on then, we'll do YouTube. It seemed the least out there, out of them all. And there were some crazy ones kicking around, wasn't there, Chris?
Yes. Well, that's some nice ideas. Wouldn't call them schemes, just ideas.
Please tell us some of these ideas.
Oh, Jesus.
It's too many.
I can't think of them. He's 4 years old now, man. I mean, he has a different one every week, don't they? So just ask calling all nerds. Was it calling all nerds? What you call Lee? Retro Gamer Addict. What was his channel called these days?
You've been gamed. You mean the one he stole off someone else who's already called Lee, who has a channel?
I'll come up with that name, by the way. It's me who said you've been gamed.
Well, he's thinking of a new one now because someone got his name wrong the other day on the stream and called him Let's Get Gaming or something, and he's thinking of stealing that. But I'm sure that's LGG's channel.
Have you ever tried searching "You've Been Gamed" in YouTube, but it comes up "You've Been Gnomed" all the time? Did you mean "You've Been Gnomed"?
Or "You've Been Framed" is the other one that he tries to come with. He'll have another channel before the end of the year.
Yeah, he doesn't do things for very long before he gets bored.
There is a story about how we got into YouTube, but I'll let Chris tell it. That's my version of events. Chris's version of events is different.
Go on then, Chris. Tell us your pipe dream of YouTube then.
Well, just before I get started, I've got to say, Gil subscribed, yeah. He's one of my viewers from Twitch, and I'm family friendly over on there, and he wants to hear us drop an F-bomb, so I'm going to motherfucking drop an F-fucking bomb for him.
Oh, we don't have no fucking swearing on here, Chris.
Fuck, yeah.
There you go, Gil. No, basically, how did we start for YouTube? To be fair, it was watching YouTube to start with, wasn't it? How far back do you want us to go?
With the angry video game nerd.
Yeah.
That's what got us into the retro.
We'll start way back, because basically when me and Gav first started working with each other, it was when Modern Warfare 2 first come out. And then what it was I had a PlayStation and Gav had a PlayStation for a couple of weeks and we played together online. But then he gave the PlayStation back to his mate and got an Xbox. So we would always play Modern Warfare 2 on different platforms. So every day at work, we would talk about it non-stop. You know what I mean? Literally what your guns you were using and what you would do, different maps. And then from there, we would watch YouTube all the time, watching kill cams, all that kind of stuff, which was, for me, was when YouTube took a massive boom in gaming.
Do you remember General Minus? The one who used to troll everyone on Modern Warfare and all that?
Was that Kevin? There was one called Kevin who used to chase after people and constantly shoot to give the position away.
There used to be one who he was called General Minus. He's not in anymore, and he used to do different videos like camping police. So if someone on his team was camping, he used to play hardcore. So he'd kill them if they were camping. And then I remember this one video. He got like a massive RPG at the beginning of the level, shot it at the floor, killed his whole team. And when they were all going mad at him, he goes, I was just training you to try and run away faster and stuff like this, man. Just absolutely, everyone would go mad and scream at him. And that his channel's still up now, but he doesn't do modern content. But he was really fucking funny, like, because people used to get proper angry with him.
Yeah, that was in the good old days before you
Yeah.
have a party in them matches, because you have to in the live chat, didn't you? You couldn't actually be in a group chat with all your mates back on Modern Warfare 2. So it did make for interesting videos when you would do that, like. But carry on, Chris.
Yeah.
We used to
Like
go
from
and
there, that's
watch
how I
that.
started watching YouTube, watching all the kill cams and stuff like that. And then from there, like everyone else, once you're on YouTube, you start searching. Then I just started watching Angry Video Game Nerd. Like nearly every person on your guests have said there, so nearly every one of my watchers in, I started watching Video Game Nerd. And then from there, do you remember the episode when you had the Nin toaster?
Yes.
Like I become obsessed, and I made a Superman toaster. I actually made one myself, where it was a toaster. You put your SNES card in, you push it down, it turns on. You plug your controllers in. I made one, but because of me, I got involved in the modern community where there was sites out going and people make handhelds out of Super Nintendos, N64s. I mean, I tried making the Super Nintendo handheld, all sorts, and from there, that's how I kind of got back into retro gaming as such. And that kind of got us back in love with buying retro games and stuff. And then from there, because I was watching a lot of, what do you call them, who go around looking in warehouses and stuff.
You what?
Yeah, but what are they
Game
based on?
Chasers.
You what?
Game Chasers. The Game
Yeah,
Chasers.
they're based on in America who actually go around looking for stuff.
That's the American channel, Game Chasers.
Hear about Storage Wars or something like that?
Yeah, well, it's a TV show what they were based off, who go around looking for antiques and that, and they said they want to make a...
I know what you're on about. Oh, God, I know what you're on about. They're in the van, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like the salvage hunters with America.
American Pickers.
Yes,
That's
American
it,
Pickers. Like, I was watching American Pickers all the time, and I actually thought to myself, I wonder if there's a retro game version of this. And then I saw you go to YouTube, find them, and I totally binged them. And so from there, I knew what YouTube was like and all that, and I had a massive love of retro games, and I found them Game Chasers. And I just become obsessed from finding them. I found out UK tubers, I found Tootie, which opened up a whole network of people in the UK, which I didn't even know existed. It's because of Game Chasers I found out all the UK tubers. And then from there, I think me and Gav were going to an event. I said to Gav, I says, listen, I'm taking a camera. I'm going to make a video. So you either come with us and you're on camera, or I'm going on my own because I'm taking a camera kind of thing. And Gav's like, oh, well, I'm coming, so I'll be on camera. And I kind of like bullied him into a little bit by saying, I'm taking a camera, so you can be on it. And my whole point was I was wanting to be the UK Game Chasers. That was why we went to events and did all that. And the very early videos are just very, very low quality Game Chaser stuff.
When are they getting high quality? When are they getting high quality? Is that happening anytime soon?
Never. But I know it's a very long-winded way, but it's literally because of like Modern Warfare 2 what started it all into how we end up being on the tubes.
So obviously you started as Team Chav and now you're the Retroheads. So where did it evolve from being the Game Chasers to what you did in the end? Because you've done various other stuff other than just like the events and stuff like that on your channel. I mean, I know you get involved with Steve Smith at the events and you have run competitions there and stuff like that.
The whole point there is my favourite episodes of the Game Chasers was always the ones at events where you had Norm the Historian, AVGen, all the different American YouTubers when they got together and they had banter on the Game Chasers channels. That was my favourite episodes because you're seeing all these people who I used to watch, but just being themselves, hanging out, having a laughing event. And I wanted to capture that. That's why I wanted to go to these events. And I don't know if any people watch or remember, but I remember at one of the first events, I messaged Steve and I said, is there any chance I can get in early to do some filming? And I'll go and try and get a load of people to walk around. And I literally messaged loads of people in the community asking if they want to come. I mean, I don't know if I remember, but it was Shocks, Daz, Jay, maybe even Tootie. I messaged loads of people because I had this vision in my head. My idea was to get all these tubers together. You know, it
was breaking your heart here, telling you that the Game Chasers was staged.
Just the first series. I had this massive idea of getting loads of tubers together, getting in early, and while we were setting up, we could walk around, have banter, argue over games, try and get one, watch each other get prizes. But it just kind of never worked out. So, but I still went, me and Gab still got in early. I mean, Lee, you've been game, he come for a few of us, and he was our cameraman, he was involved in a few episodes when we went to events and stuff like that, and it worked out a little bit, but it wasn't quite the vision that I wanted it to be at the time. So from
in Chris's head though, it's always a grandiose game.
Oh yeah, I have these massive
ideas. Never going to accomplish. I think Chris needs a team of 10 people to work on his ideas, and then he might actually work out for him one of these times.
Come on, no, Denzer. How good it would be if like 10, 15 YouTubers getting together in the event early, all walking around, and then you're fighting over games, arguing over games, having banter.
What I would say is you need to fucking find a good percentage of us who don't spend all day in the bar, myself included here.
I was going to say, that's what you call putting your camera on the end of the bar.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, no, the UK YouTube community, I'm pointing at you all now because you hate being on camera. You go in the bar.
I fucking love it.
On the camera, you go to the bar for camera, everyone's heads down. You
know why they do that? You know why they do that? Because sometimes if someone's taking a photo or doing some footage, and I always think if that was fucking me, I'd be pissed off that his head was in the way. I always think someone's filming footage, so you see him, you think, oh shit, I need to get out of the way of the camera and duck down and everything.
No, but like I say, I won't even if I aren't half as busy as the ones in here. No, we're getting early before. Like I said, Steve now has become a great friend. At NERG, we do competitions for him. We live in the little Leeds. He's a cracking bloke. He always lets us in early to do some filming, talk to everyone, stuff like that. So, because obviously we just do the behind the scenes now. We just record on my camera. We do like vlog styles, which I love. I love them videos we do.
I mean, Steve let me in early at the last one. I did a walk around, like, which obviously you've seen, and that's kind of the thing I like to do, which is more for the event organizer and the sellers than for myself as a channel. It's almost like, thanks for letting me in. This is what for someone who's on the fence, you know, because if you've never been to a gaming event, you might not know what to expect. So I try and give it as fair of a look around what's there as possible. You know what I mean? And a fair reflection of the event.
I did like how you put the shop names and addresses on yours, like.
Yeah, well,
the guy I've got who edits our videos far too lazy to do that.
To be honest, it's the MacBook that I've got now that's made that so easy. But I wanted to do that because a lot of the guys I've got to know through years from being a trader myself, and I always think if someone like Lee who's got sore thumbs, or the guy who owns the Lee's direct deals and stuff like that, I always think if someone finds my video and they're passing that area, they might pop in and go to his shop, you know, and they've all cut me good deals as years gone by. So, you know, if I could return that favour, I'd do that.
It's all it's about is getting to know the sellers, isn't it? Once you can get a bit of a rapport going with them, they'll do you deals. I mean, you don't even have to say, do us that for a tenner. What's the best you can do on that? And they'll give you a good deal. That's what I find anyway.
You're fucking super cheap though, Gav, you are. That's what I've heard.
Wait, Yeah, but my reputation precedes us now, so I just ask them what the best is they'll do, and then they'll give us a super cheap deal.
If Gav has to,
You've
he'll
got
get
to
his willy
try
out
it,
for a
haven't
deal, won't you, Gav?
you? What?
If you have to, he'll get your willy out for a deal.
I have heard this. I have heard that story. Definitely.
What story? I haven't heard this story.
I've heard the story. We'll discuss it.
No, but like me, but for events though, like you're saying, I think that people who start YouTube channels nowadays, and because they want to be part of the community, they want you basically they see everyone doing this and they want to be part of that. So for me, I try to capture. I want to capture, like me and Gav having a laugh at these events. If we bump into someone, I like to get a bit of crap what's going on. So if people's watching my videos, they feel like they like the banter in the community and they see what people's like outside of their channels, and they want to be. Because you can go anywhere and buy games, I think. You go to these events for that reason, I think, to see the games, to have the banter, to see like-minded people. I said it to you last time, it's a holiday from life when you go to one of these events. Because you have no kids with you all day, you have no wife, it's a day off from work, from you leaving the house to get back in, it's just all you. It's a day off from life to just enjoy yourself. And if I can capture that fun on a camera, having banter with Gav and anyone else who I meet and just show the fun, that's what I want to get across on our videos, like.
Well, I think the last event summed it up, didn't it, Leeds? You know, Gruss and Lee come and didn't even go in the events, but we all had a great crack around the bar, showing what we'd all picked up, having a good laugh, taking the piss out of each other. I always class these events now. It's like a weekend away with the lads, like, or something like if we do the Blackpool and stuff like that. It's like a lads' weekend away, really. Not just about the game, it's about seeing your fucking mates and having a laugh and taking the piss, which I do back to everyone anyway.
But that's the thing, we're all the same, really, aren't we?
Gruss has got three fucking questions he wants me to bring up, so I'm not going to let him have them all in one go, so I'll pick one. Real glasses, are they real glasses, Chris? I think is what he wants me to ask.
Maybe.
Are they like mine? Because I've got a set that I wear purely for fashion. I thought you'd bought them purely for the Age of Nerd channel.
No, I was devastated when I found out to wear them, to be honest. This isn't for the Age of Nerd. I've got to wear them for gaming and concentrating and looking at screens. I've actually got a blue tint on as well, so when you're looking at screens and stuff like that. But I don't wear them for general day stuff, for work and that, but if I'm doing gaming or looking at telly screens, you know what I mean?
Stu says no lenses. Stu knows the Stu knows the story that I've got a pair, right, and I've got a pair purely that are clear glass that I wear purely just for a fashion statement. But when I got them, I wore them and I went out with my best mate from school, and me and we're still best mates now, like. And I remember when we left school a couple of years later, he had to have glasses, and I used to take the piss out of him. Like I used to go to him glasses and spectacles, take the piss out of him. So when he thought I was wearing glasses, he come up and started ripping the piss out of me. And then I just said, put them on. And he was going, you fucking vain prick. They're just clear glass, they are. I went, you should have known that I was purely wearing them for a fucking fashion statement and no other reason. I said, even if I was blind, I wouldn't let you know that I needed fucking glasses. You would be the last person to see me in fucking glasses.
When you got nominated for YouTube of the Month and you did your intro, I thought, he's taking the piss out of me. Comb over. That's at me, that.
What with the comb over and the fucking glasses?
I thought, he's digging me there. He's getting us.
You came to work saying about it, didn't you?
I was just trying to think what is the most sensible, because like obviously I was trying to be really sensible on the video. I was thinking comb over is a classic sensible look, and obviously the glasses and the shirt. I mean, fuck me, that is the only shirt I own in my life. I hate fucking wearing shirts, and obviously then I was just in my fucking boxers, which was just purely for a bit of a laugh. But that was good fun. I did enjoy doing that. So we'll talk a bit about gaming now, not just YouTube. So Gav, tell us your history in gaming, like when you first got into gaming and where you are now with your collection. Because you surprised me with your PS2 collection when I saw you on camera.
Well, my brother first got a computer. It was the Spectrum Plus 2. Oh, Spectrum Plus 3, sorry. That was the first I ever even heard about computers or anything like that. I mean, bear in mind, I was probably 5-year-old at the time. And once I played that to death, I went and got myself NES, original Nintendo. and just went up through there really. The NES to the Super NES, then from the Super NES to the PlayStation 1, 2. Then
What the fuck is a Super NES? You mean a fucking
NES.
SNES? A SNES?
No, wait, what's a NES? Do you know what a NES is?
Nintendo Entertainment System?
Wait, that's a Super one. Do not say Super NES.
Fucking, I've never ever heard anyone say Super NES. It's fucking either SNES or
Super
Super
NES.
Nintendo.
No, Super NES. That's what I always used to call it when I was growing up. I still call it now, as you can find and see. So yeah, I went from there to the PlayStation 1 to PS2, then to the 360, and then when I was at the 360, I went back and got a Mega Drive and started getting back into the retro stuff, Master System and all that. I mean, my cousins always used to have the Master System and the Mega Drive.
The what?
The Nintendo and the
The
Super NES.
Master System. What the fuck's Master System? You mean Master System? You don't
Master
fucking
System.
talk like that, man. You're a Geordie. You don't say Master. What the fuck?
Master System. What's the matter with Master System, like?
Nothing is a Master System. Master. Fucking Master System. What the fuck? Someone will think we're doing proper Queen's English here tonight.
Wait, apparently Super NES isn't a Queen's English, is it?
I don't know. We started a whole discussion on that now in the fucking comments. They're all discussing whether you're saying it right or wrong, but I think I'm right.
Who's on my side?
You've got old school, I think. Old school variety face.
Have I got anyone else? Anyone better?
No.
Oh, fuck.
No, we've got old school. We've got Scott
Yeah.
as well.
Razzy's saying the Americans say SNES, which they do, don't they? The Yanks.
Oh, yeah. They say yes and everything as well. It's like, fuck off.
Tootie's on my side when he says it's SNES or Super Nintendo.
Wait, yeah, I accept them as a way to say it. I don't belittle people who say it as Super Nintendo.
Hold on, I need to. Raz reckons in Sweden they say Super Nintendo. I'd like to correct him there, and they go hurdy-gurdy-burdy-burdy. Actually, that's how they fucking pronounce it in fucking Sweden, Raz. Don't give me none of this fucking bollocks. I know exactly how you say it in Sweden.
Jesus.
So anyway, you went back and got your Master System.
No, I got a Mega Drive first. Actually, I didn't get the Master System till Master System.
Yes,
I
that's
didn't
it.
get that until about maybe 6 years ago, something like that. So that's pretty much my entire gaming collection. Started off on loose carts for the Nintendo and Super Nintendo, and then went up to getting the boxed ones. Because you got to love a bit of box art, haven't you?
Well, and now apparently if you get a really fucked up one, there's someone on YouTube who's got a video out showing you how to colour it in. Have you seen it?
No, I did see the Facebook post and then the comments in it. And I thought, I can't see the harm, like. If he's going to keep it, if he's not trying to sell that as, like,
It's not an argument of if he's going to keep it or not. I've watched what he's doing. He's like fucking sticking it back together and then colouring it in with black pen. And in the end, it fucking doesn't look that much better. And he's probably devalued it, if anything.
Hey, Gab did a good job of his, like. Have you seen Gab's?
Yeah, I've done one myself, actually.
Fuck. Why didn't you do a video on it?
I did, but my PC broke, so...
Fucking Gab's looking hench in that T-shirt. Is that 3 sizes too small for you or what?
It is now. It never used to be. Yeah, I got that. Right there.
We'll put it on the fucking camera then.
And that was totally water damaged to bits, like.
That whole bottom half pretty much been repainted.
Fucking, that's some patience, that is, Gav.
Yeah, I had that.
But what I'll tell you what now, if you'd have done a better video,
all the way up to there was just water damage to bits.
See, you've missed a fucking call in here. This could have been your YouTube calling because you've done a fucking good job there. I suggest you go and watch the chap who's done one because he's only bothered colouring in the black bits. He ain't ventured out nothing else.
You can see a bit of bubbling on the light Oh,
Yeah,
was
but
watered down.
Gav, that's not honestly, that is way better than the guy who's made the fucking video showing you everyone how to do it. Because he did a fucking Mega Drive box, you know, fucking. I was like, mate, just don't fucking bother. I had a Mega Drive box, it was fucked, throw it away. No one cares anyway. You know, you don't add a lot of value to a fucking Mega Drive, to be honest, the box anymore, because nobody really wants them. So
I
what?
was gonna say, though, that's still on. Where they've ripped the label off. I didn't do any of that. Just where the massive bit of water damage was at the bottom there.
Nah, you've done a good job of that. I'd be happy with that. That's it.
Wait.
Retro Gamer Boy, who's the guy who done it. He always starts his videos by going Konnichiwa or fucking something. Fuck knows. But I watched him do it, and I thought, mate, all you're doing is getting fucking Pritt stick and he's like dabbing it together and then colouring it in with black pen. I'm like, you fucking made a video showing someone how to colour in with a black fucking felt. Yours looks like you've done a fucking good job and put a bit of effort in.
Oh, mate. Honest, there was holes out of it and everything. I had to patch the holes up and all sorts. But
That would have been your best fucking video. You know, Chris wouldn't have left you if you'd have done that fucking video.
It's still on my phone. I was planning on doing it, but like I say, my PC's give up the ghost, like, so that's why I'm on the phone at the moment.
Dana, get Gav to say retro garage doors. Say
Fuck
that.
you, Russ. That's as close as he's gonna get.
Pete Old School wants to know, before we get on to Chrissy's fucking gaming story, how did Team Chav meet? Did you just meet at work together? Is that how you met, or did you know each other back at the Grove?
Like, I knew of them, but I never really liked them.
Yeah. We blanked a lot of it out because of all the goings on at the Grove.
Yeah.
So
We
it was
fell
only
out
when
when I
we started
shot
working
the
together. We never even went to Grove. Russ.
Don't let him get to you.
Newton.
Don't read any comments from Gruss Newton, because he's literally just trying to troll you both here. He's asking Gav, can you colour Chrissy's hair in through?
I've got it.
Rusty's one to talk, right? I'm going to highlight this comment now. Gruss Newton, right? Any of you know? Go back and watch some of his older videos, because Russ has really lost his hair really bad, and he's really touchy about it. Lee, Retro Gamer Addict, has fucking shaved his hair off this week to get Gruss a wig made. So please, you know, can we go over and remind Gruss how we used to have a full head of hair? That's me fucking blocked from all sorts of social media now. So, Chris, what was your story in gaming like? We'll get onto the Zelda in a bit, but if you just have your whole gaming history from where it all started.
That is Chris's whole gaming history, Zelda.
No, why it's hard to remember
Zelda.
I remember having the Spectrum. I remember having an Amiga growing up. I remember a math system was most prominent, a Master System. Because I remember my dad sitting there playing Rescue Mission with the gun. I used to sit and watch him for hours, I felt like. I mean, a massive nostalgia for the Master System.
Chris's gaming history is him watching other people play games.
Oh, it is.
Get that out there now.
It is. Like you say, I loved that. And we skipped from our house. We never got the Mega Drive. We went from Master System to a Super NES.
What? You had to force that out as well. You weren't naturally saying that.
No, I went from that to a SNES, and then now I missed a generation out from the SNES to the PlayStation 1. I missed a generation out.
What was the generation between that?
N64.
And?
PlayStation.
Oh, yeah. Was it N64 PlayStation?
You didn't miss a generation out.
No.
Yeah, no. I went to PlayStation. PS1, PS2, blah, blah. But I remember...
I was thinking, did I miss a generation? But no, you didn't. It was only when you said it that I thought, yeah.
But how I got into gaming now prominently was, I remember as a kid, it must have been in, obviously, 93, 94, my friend had A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo, and I went to his house, and he played the game, and I watched him play the game, like I always do. But he couldn't complete the game, so I would do all the puzzles and tell him what to do. Oh, I think you need to go here, I think you need to go there. That's how we get in this cave. And I pretty much did the game by not playing it, just by telling my mate what to do. And I fell in love with the series back then just because of the puzzle aspect and all that kind of stuff. And then I kind of forgot all about Zelda after that until, and gaming properly in general, to about 2002. And I remember my brother got his kids a GameCube and it come with the bundle pack for Zelda. And I remember playing it. I tested it for him.
I tested it.
So I set it up and I played Ocarina of Time from morning till like 3 in the morning. I must have put in like 15 hours or something in the game at one go all day. And at the end, I couldn't save it. I couldn't do nothing with it because it was a Christmas present for me nephews, you know what I mean? So I got so far in the game and I tried to shut it up, put it back in the box. But because of that, I remembered the old Zelda games on the Super Nintendo. So I went back and bought that. And then from there, you buy more old games. You have more Super Nintendo games. And then, you know, from there, it's like a drug. I got the Super Nintendo. I wanted a Nintendo because I never had one of those. There was a couple of kids up the road who had a Nintendo. I went and played a couple of times, but I never had one. So I wanted to get that back. So I ended up buying a Nintendo, collecting games for that. My cousin used to live with me nana. And he was a lot older than all of us, so he had a job, and he would buy all the computers when we were kids. He'd have the Mega Drive, the Master System. He had them all. So we used to all go and play at my nana's house. So that's where I got a Mega Drive from. And I thought I want one of them. So you just end up buying all these systems back as you get older and you have your money. So and then from there, just gradually went on, bought more stuff, and here I am now collecting retro games and yeah.
You used to just pick up everything you found at the booter, didn't you?
You what?
You would go to the booter. You would go to the car boot sales regular way, wouldn't you? And just go and hoover all the old game stuff.
Oh yeah, well back there, what it was, my father-in-law used to love going to boot sales, and I used to love going. So we used to end up going together to boot sales. And this was around the time I was getting into my modern and doing like me Super and Toaster and stuff. So I would go there looking for retro stuff to modify as well as collect. So I was just kind of whatever I could find, I was just hoovering everything up. And that point was when Gav started getting retro. So I would go to the boat sales, just buying as much retro as I could. Then Gav started getting wind, and I'll tell him what I was getting. And Gav's like, I want some of that. So Gav would start going to boat sales. And I love going to boat sales with Gav and out this day because it's incredible. Just the competition is fierce. And I'd rather go to a boat sale with Gav and lose out on something great, but having the banter and the excitement of trying to get to the next stall first than I would be on my own as buying stuff. Because it's great.
When you're both walking down the aisle and one of you just veers off to the side, isn't it? It's like, what's he saying over there?
Me and Liam do that. I do it on purpose sometimes to make him think that I'm looking for something that we might both want, just to make his neck snap. I've got a few questions first from Novabug to you, Chris. More importantly, what did Chris think of Red Dwarf, The Promised Land, since he's a fellow dwarfer?
I won't say too much about it. I absolutely loved it. I really did. I thought it was incredible. But the only problem is, and I've had it with all the new ones, the endings always seem too short and abrupt, as if they have this amazing story. And even with the last 12 episodes you've done, the new stuff last couple of years ago and the one before, I always find the endings are just kind of like 30 seconds long and abrupt.
And they all went home and had their tea. Is that the ending?
That was pretty much on this, even on this episode, it pretty much was. Yeah. And it's just kind of like the whole did really well, but just the ending was just a little bit too small for me. They could have panned it out a bit more.
We've got another question for Chris. This is from Tony, Platinum Gamer and Movies. If you haven't seen his interview on Pixie's channel, that's worth going and watching. Ask Chris how far away from his complete collection of Zelda. So, how far away? I mean, can you even get a complete collection of Zelda? That would be like every single game and everything and every variant.
Chris can't get it because some of the stuff's like £2,000 for
I'm about
one game.
7 games away, I think. Like you're saying, there is 7 copies of Wind Waker here. 4 copies of Link's Awakening on the Game Boy. 4 copies of Twilight Princess. There's a lot. 4 copies of Ocarina of Time on 3DS. There's a lot. 2 copies of Majora's Mask, different variants and stuff. I'm getting close.
Special edition, though, Chris.
Yeah.
What about all the special editions?
Oh, the special editions, I don't count them because there's 4 collector's editions, what you'll never get. I'll get that in a bit.
So you're not collecting them?
You know, no, because
You're
there's
not-
one where there's 1,000 of them being released. So, and they go for like £3,000-4,000. There's a version of Minish Cap where there's only 500 made.
That's not really a proper release, is it? Really, that.
It's that's what I'm saying.
There's 500 of them, man.
There's
You
a
only
metal
need
tin for Skyward Sword that was a HM exclusive, and it was released in London, HMV only, and there was only 100 of them made. It's kind of like you can't expect to get them.
You might find one at the car boot sales, Chris.
Say the Zelda games. I've got one of them, Steve. I've got Faces of Evil. There is Wand of Gamelon and Zelda's Adventure to collect.
Aren't they the games that you use some of your animations from when you do your streams? Some of those games.
Yeah, waves. Yeah, them.
Yeah. So Tootie's asked, hasn't Chris sold all his Master System games? Yeah, you haven't, Chris, and you pissed me off. You didn't sell me some of them.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, like I said, if we get into how I don't know if you want to get that far, so I didn't mention it all, but how my collection is now, if you're going to speak about it, my collection is the smallest now it's ever been. And I've never been happier with my collection. My Sega collection, that's my Sega collection. I've got every game ever made.
That's the Gruss Newton collection, that is.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's the Gruss Newton collection, that
I've
is.
sold all my Master System games, all my Mega Drive games, all my Game Gear games. My SNES games got halved. I've only kept the games I want. PS2 games got halved. PlayStation 1 got cold. PlayStation 3 got cold. Every single system got cold. And I've literally got a shelf that is 600 wide. The height of that. See how wide this is? That one section of shelving there.
Yep.
One of them is my whole gaming collection now, and that includes modern gaming as well, PS4. And I've never been happier, to be honest. I've got a nice handful of Japanese Saturn games. I've got a nice handful of SNES games, PS1, 2, 3, Spectrum games. I've got a section of them.
I'm just going to highlight that question so I don't lose it for after.
And the thing is, it's kind of, I got to a point where we would go to build sales, and like everyone has done, everyone said this on the stream as well. You get to a stage where you hoover up anything you can find, literally anything you can, because you want to do pick up videos, you want to show off what you're buying, you just want to be a retro collector, so you buy everything you can. And I just got to the point where I thought, I'm never going to play these. I'm collecting just for the sake of collecting. I mean, look at Gavin's PS2 games behind him, but I feel sorry for him. You know what I mean? He needs help. Well, PS2 tap behind him.
We're going to get onto that in a bit, that's for sure. Yeah. Chris and Gav, you can't live far away from CM Boot Sale site with that accent. Is that correct? I haven't got a fucking clue.
40 minutes.
It is.
40 minutes.
One of our videos, actually, we couldn't use any of the footage because it was windy as out. We went there and we found loads of retro, didn't we, Chris? I mean,
we did.
We were rummaging through the guy's car boot because he had boxes that he didn't put out. And there was all sorts, man. I mean, it wasn't even until we got back that we realised that there was Mario Duck Hunt for £1. And it was like, if I saw that, I would have just picked it up because it was only £1, you know? But yeah, seems a good one.
That's an interesting one because you've just kind of talked about you slimming down your collection. So, do either of you have an end goal for your collecting? We'll start with Gav.
No, I don't. What I want is I want all the games I used to have on the Super NES and the Nintendo, original Nintendo. But I can't remember what I had back then. So yeah, just anything that tickles me fancy. When I've got the money, if there's something that I fancy, I'll buy it. If it's not like stupidly overpriced out like that, you know. But I can't see an end goal, to be honest. I've stopped doing what Chris said and hoovering everything up when I go to these events. What I try to do now is when I go to an event, I try to get one expensive game and then just the rest for like the 20s or 30s or whatever they are generally, you know, because a lot of the time you take 100 to 200 quid with you to one of these events. So if you can get one expensive game that you wouldn't be able to get other than eBay or something like that, if I can get one of them at the events and then just fill the rest out with other games that I actually want, I'm happy. It's all about quality over quantity nowadays for me.
That's fair enough. I mean, I say when you put your camera on, I was surprised how big a PS2 collection is. You know, I never even knew you even collected PS2, really.
Like I say, I've got 3 different game apps for my collection, and the PS2 I've put on its own one, like just for logging and cataloging type thing, you know. I think it's about 600 games, but I took about 200 away from that collection and just put them in the attic because they were games I'm not even any interest in playing. You know, every game up there, yeah, it's either part of a series that I like or a game that I would actually want to play at some point in the future. I mean, with this COVID-19, could be sometime soon even, you know. But yeah, that's the idea with that, you know.
I think all of us as collectors evolved. Like as I've said before, my room is a little bit organised chaos. I've got a little bit of it, everything for everything. But every now and then, like I'll colour system, like I got rid of all my PAL N64 stuff because I had no nostalgia for it and I was never going to play it. So I called that. But I think we're always constantly changing our minds and stuff like that, unless you're one of these people who is focused, like your big game owls and your stews, who are going for full sets, and then you've got that focus. I don't think if you're in that full set mind, you are constantly wondering and evolving your own collection.
No, I've got no intention to get a full set of anything, like, because there's too many sports titles on any one system for me, like, and sports titles is just something I cannot be bothered with, because yeah, they're good for that year, but they'll bring another one out next year that's technically slightly improved or something like that, you know. It's like get the best one of the series if you have to have it.
So how about you, Chris? What's your collecting end goal? Have you got one? Is he fucking even listening to me? Am I just talking bollocks?
He's not listening anymore. It depends what time of the year it is, really, for Chris's collecting goals. Chris!
He pulled his headphones out, didn't he?
Yeah, it's working.
We'd just been talking to you and you was fucking ignoring us. I said, what it was is he got bored by your PS2 story and pulled his fucking headphones. So what's your end goal for your collecting then, Chris? Do you have one?
Oh, I've got a definite end goal, yeah. I need one. I got to the point where I was getting bored of just buying games randomly just to add in your collection. So that's why I culled everything. And I've been through, I'm only collecting Nintendo stuff and PlayStation stuff. And I've been through every system. So I went through every NES game, N64 game that I want from each system, put it in my app. PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I went through over 2,000 PS2 games and looked at every game that they made and put in the app which ones I want. And I think there was 47 or something like that. And I've done that with every system because I need goals. I mean, my head, you don't want to be in here. I need targets what I can achieve, and I like to aim towards stuff. So when I go to the game market, I want the excitement of looking for a game that I need. I don't want to go, oh, I'll buy that. I like the excitement of finding something. So I've basically written down, that's why I sat the Zelda hunt. That's why I wanted all them, because I love the challenge. I love finding stuff and giving myself a challenge I can do. So I've pretty much got myself, I know exactly what games I want. And it's just, I need to buy them now. And that's my end goal. Once I do that,
I start doing that, but then I get bored when I'm looking through a list. And it's like, I want too many of these. It's no point in writing a list. If I see a game that tickles me when I'm out in the wild, I'll buy it. That's my whole way of buying stuff, if you know what I mean.
So you couldn't get the complete two opposite ends of the spectrum if you flipping tried, really, could you? You've got someone who's focused in Chris and someone who's unfocused in Gav. But that's usually how you get on well as being mates, because I mean, my best mate, he's the complete fucking opposite to me, and I want to kill him sometimes, but we're still best mates, like.
It is like opposites attract. I mean, that shelf up there, where is that? There.
Yeah.
That you mentioned before. I'm pretty sure Chris has mentioned that as well. It's been like that for probably 2 years or something now, and it does not bother me in the slightest. Like, to be fair, I probably keep it like that just because I know it gets on his nerves. You know?
And now you know he gets on mine as well.
At work, the inside, he'll put plasterboards on backwards on purpose just because he knows it drives me crazy.
Fuck you.
Yeah, man.
It's like, Kingspan.
Yeah.
It's got the writing on the angle, hasn't it? I'll turn one of them up so it goes the opposite way for all the rest.
Stu will know about this. Like, I've not got OC. Well, I probably have in a way.
You have,
only
like,
certain
you have.
There's certain things that drive me crazy. Like, I can't leave my television on an odd number. You know, the volume.
Yeah.
I can't fucking do it, man. I try and my car radio's the same. Can't leave it on a fucking odd number. If my missus lad message with the radio and he puts it on like 11, I'll just fucking look at him and I'll go, "What are you doing? You know you can't fucking do that." Or I'll walk around at the event.
Stuff that everyone does that.
And I go to fucking Stu and Rob's stall and Lewis's stall, and they'll have the games and they're upside down or something, so you can't read them. And I'm like picking up their stall and turning it around. I'm going, you can't do that, man.
Balls as he buying games.
I said you've got to have it like this. And Lewis did this one thing where he'd put the sticker on in the wrong place, so you couldn't put the game the correct way for it to be in uniform with all the rest. And I just turned around to Amanda, Lewis's wife, and I said, "I've got to walk away from your stall, man, because it's fucking driving me crazy." I said, "I'm going to end up peeling either the sticker off and moving it, or I'm going to fucking move all your other games so they're full in uniform." And it's just the way I am, man. I just can't leave it. It does drive me. But yet my own games collection, right, they're all sorted in thingy, but I'm not so bothered about alphabetical order. That doesn't bother me. But yeah.
See, all mine is alphabetical order.
Is it?
It's weird that, yeah.
Mine isn't.
My game collection is in alphabetical order. My Nintendo, my Super NES, the PS2, the PS1, 3, 360, all of it is in alphabetical order. Yeah, I don't have OCD like you used to do. That's weird as house.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me, man. That doesn't bother me. But yeah, like certain stuff does. Like I do get pissed off when I can't stack my games evenly as well. You know, if you've got like an odd game and you have to put it in a different place, that pisses the fuck off out of me.
So what do you do?
What annoys me is I'm all collections. I don't have to bring my camera around. But like on my NES collection there, if you can see there, there's you can get them going straight down, but on the end there's only a little gap where they go sideways.
Yeah.
Annoys me. I wish I made my cupboard like 4 inches smaller. That just annoys the hell out of me. You know what I mean?
Them are lovely trousers you've got on, by the way, Chris.
Them bad boys. Mario Kart lounges.
He did mention them before. I never saw what they were, though, Chris. Yes, lovely.
Yeah, I saw them when you were working out. So,
you know what, though? Chris's Nintendo collection isn't in alphabetical order either.
No, that's what I'm saying. None of my collections in alphabetical order. That doesn't really bother me. But it's more just the stacking of it and this, like
the uniformness of it.
Yeah,
you'd rather it be uniform than it be in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
See, I think that's why I don't bother with alphabetical order, right? Because I've got double layers of my PS2 and my PS1. Now, if I had to have that in alphabetical order, it would fucking drive me crazy of how I would set it up so it looked right for me to be okay with.
Yeah, well, I haven't got anything double stacked. I purposely made my shelves too thin to double stack on because...
Yeah, but you've done that one fucking shelf wrong that's above your fucking window. That's the main fucking thing.
Do you know why that is? It's because that shelf that was above my window was done when I ran out of room for all the rest of this down here. That's all that is. There's no other reason than that. It's just I can put a shelf up above that window. Yeah, it's just connected to the lintel. I screwed into it. It's a wooden lintel in the window, so I just screwed straight up to it.
You're lucky it was wooden and not concrete. I've been there when you're trying to fucking drill one of them concrete lintels. That's a ball ache.
Aye, yeah.
So
I've got an SDS, so I could do it.
We'll get on to fucking little Grussy's second question if he's still around. It was about TNT. Were you both involved in TNT, or was it just you, Chris? The old TNT chats.
Oh, both of us. I'll tell you what. I was so excited to be asked to join TNT. Literally, I remember when we Where were we
Wait
going?
there, Chris. We'll go get your high horse, shall we?
Yeah, my high horse. No, it was Blackpool. We were going to go to Blackpool, and it was 4 years ago, probably 4 years ago, exactly. Because my bairn had just been born. She was 3 months early, and she was born, and we were supposed to go to Blackpool, and my daughter was still in hospital. So me and Gav still went to Blackpool. We only went for the day. We left in the morning, went to Blackpool. We only went in the game hall, didn't go no arcades, didn't go anywhere. Went in the game hall and come back on the same day. We were gone like 8 hours. I think it was like 2.5 hours there, 2.5 hours back, and 3 hours in the event. And I remember there, I bumped into Russ, Lee, and Matt walking around the event, and I was so excited about meeting them because this is before I spoke to any tuber. And
I'll be honest, right? Russ and Lee are the two people I would be the least fucking excited ever to meet in my life.
Oh, like the thing was though, Lee was still on doing his mini reviews, which I thought were great. I mean, Matt, that's when everyone, all the TNT was still massively like pushing videos, you know what I mean? And I was so excited to meet them. Then from there, we got talking to Russ and that, we got talking to everyone, and then obviously TNT was still doing the live streams and that, and then got talking to Russ, and Russ was kind of like, started asking us if I had WhatsApp and stuff like that, and I said to Gav, I says, I think it's going to ask us to be in TNT, and I was so giddy and excited. I was, and we did a video, and obviously he asked us, and we both joined, and see, it's great. It's still kind of going with chat, and it's probably one of the best group of people I've ever met.
Chris, we're still in TNT now, you know.
That's what I said. That's what I said. We're still there, and I mean, and the banter we have, it's incredible. I mean, such good friends. I mean, Russ is a fantastic friend, and me and Lee will just talk ideas just on our own randomly for hours. Once we start talking, Lee is like me with no job.
Lee just sits at home, doesn't he, Lee?
If I didn't have a job, I'd have to do channel every week as well. Honestly, my channel would change every week if I didn't have a job.
Lee did say, I don't think he published the video, but he put a video in TNT one time where he said, like, Chris is like me on steroids. God forbid. He did a video where he was dubbing over us, and he was just, he kept, every time Chris was talking, he would go, Gav, do you want to do this? Gav, do you want to do this? Gav, do you want to do this? And it's like, yeah.
Well, I'll throw it out there, right? Because I've been talking to Russ, obviously doing these streams, and I'm in chats with Russ. TNT as a format with the old streams and everything, once all this COVID's over, there is talk of it coming back. Russ has asked me to get involved to help him do it. So he's already told me to ask you, but I'm formally asking you now, are you two up for it and when it comes back after I've obviously finished doing these streams?
Russ knows that's true, because I must message him at least once a month asking him to bring TNT streams back. I was just messaging him about 4 days ago talking about it. So Russ knows I mean it, because I pester his ass all the time.
Well, obviously, because fucking Russ's computer is bordering on being a potato if you've watched his last few live streams. But he has been talking to me about bringing it back because obviously I'm quite active with the streams, and I'm more than up for doing it because once this is all finished, I probably won't have a focus. I might bring the TRL back, which was me and Tootie and everyone, but I'd also more than be happy to bring back the TNT because I like the little bit of banter and the controversy. You know, I thrive on it. So
I know it's down because people struggle to get time to be like doing stuff. But if you make a date, the first Friday of every month without fail, that's it. You know, if you can't make it, you can't. If you can, you can. First Friday of every month. That's it. You know what I mean? It's a stream. Done.
But we only did one stream, didn't we?
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. It was a good stream from what I remember, yeah.
But what you said there, if it was just one Friday a month, I'd be happy to do that. And then I could do the one with me and Stu another Friday of the month and old school and everyone. And that would give me 2 active streams to run. I mean, I don't know if Russ is going to set up a separate TNT channel, but if not, I'm more than happy to host it on here because I am building up a little bit of an audience. So I'd be happy to keep that audience and we just go from there. I'd be more than happy to do that. I'll throw that out there now.
No, but I must admit, TNT, best group of lads ever. We had a meet up, was it last year, the year before, where even Rob come over from where he lives, and it was incredible. Dave Price was there, and it was incredible. We went to Arcade Club, and it was a fantastic bunch of lads. I can never say anyone in TNT.
They are a great bunch of lads. Obviously, I'm in that chat as well now, man. It's proper banter. Raz asks, Danestar, Grudy, Chris, Hurdy Birdie, Grudy Birdie, Zelda, Grudy Birdie. Danestar asking me, why is the next big Zelda thing coming?
What, for me, in my question, or just Zelda in general? Because
I think he means Zelda in general. I think he means, like, obviously it's Breath of the Wild 2, isn't it? Or Part 2 or something like that.
Yeah. I was hopeful for this year, but I don't think it's coming this year now. I think it's going to be next year is the 35-year anniversary for Legend of Zelda. So I reckon they're going to hold off till next year and release it on the 35th anniversary. It would have been nice, the 20th game, because the next game is going to be the 20th official release of a Zelda game. So I always put my hopes on the 20th.
So you was hoping of 2020?
Yeah.
I think everything's going to be knocked back now. I mean, they keep going on about the PS5, but I think the clever thing to do is maybe even put that back a year to Christmas 2021, because realistically, at those prices, I don't think anyone's going to be able to afford it in masses this year, because everyone at least have a 2 or 3 month knock-on spending effect, didn't they?
So does that mean you're going PS5 rather than Xbox One X? Seriously?
Me? Of course I am. I don't fucking. I've got an Xbox here. It's lovely. It collects loads of dust, and I clean it. I've got an Xbox original that collects dust. To be honest, I have got all the Xbox systems, and I only like the Xbox 360 for the shooters that Dylan's recommended. The wanker, spending my money. I use my Xbox.
The 360 beats the PS3 hands down. Every aspect apart from the games, if you know what I mean.
But that's always going to be the problem. Even now, the new Xbox looks the more powerful system, but it's like having the fucking.
Where's the exclusives though? That's the problem with that. It's like they've come out and said, "Oh, we're not going to do exclusives. We're going to share everything." Well, who's going to buy your system? What's the point?
I always look at Xbox. It's like having the fucking best engine in a car, but no fucking wheels on it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to get a PS5 over an Xbox One X series all day long. But I think the Xbox does offer better services here and there, you know. COD on the Xbox One is miles better than on the PS4.
Sorry, Raz, I didn't fucking understand your Swedish with your fucking broken English question, you knobhead. No, what Zelda thing he's buying next? You plonker, Danster. Fuck me, Raz. Learn to spell. So what's the next big Zelda thing you're going to buy, Chris? Because Raz is fucking broken English through me.
I don't know yet.
Zelda
is on events at the moment. So when I go to an event, if there's anything I say, I'll buy there. But at the moment, all my money's going into me streaming. I'm literally saving for a new microphone. So any money I'm getting.
I know someone who's selling some streaming equipment on YouTube. If you want to check out his channel, I can't remember what it is, bro. I think he's getting rid of all his streaming. Yeah,
might be nice, bud.
Does he look like the emoji for emo?
Looks a bit like a hobby. Gruss has asked, anyone 100%ed Zelda Breath of the Wild? I know that's because Russ hasn't he?
Yeah. I've just started my third playthrough of it.
Is that a little dig at you for not...
No, just he's proud of that. He's proud of that tag, Russ is.
It's the only game Russ has completed, I think, apart from Sonic 2.
I know, fucking Russ has to be the most boringest gamer ever. He only plays fucking Sonic 2. Oh, I've got a new game to this week. It's a fucking hack of Sonic 2. Oh, God.
To be fair, I play 3 games. I play Breath of the Wild, Link to the Past, and Super Mario World. Those are 3 games I play.
I was going to say, don't spoil my link, because I was going to start talking about your channel that I remember I used to hang out in your streams on the Zelda Collector, and now you've moved to the Age of Nerd. And you've moved over to Twitch. So if you want to talk about that for a bit, Chris, how you changed your journey on that'd be interesting for everyone in the chat.
While you're doing this, Chris, don't take it the wrong way, but I'm going to leave for 5 minutes, okay?
He's going to go and cry at the back of the grove.
It's not crying.
Like, how it started was because I wanted to go for a full set of Zelda stuff, and I've decided to do that journey. And I didn't want to do videos of just me on mine and Gal's channel and clog it up with content of just me. So I thought what I'll do is I'll create my own channel just to talk about Zelda. And literally, as soon as I did that, I got well into Russ's streaming, and everyone loves a GRS, and I got well into Russ's streaming, and I thought, that looks good, I want to do that. So literally, I just started streaming straight away on the channel playing Zelda games. And have you got the bug, Dane, or not?
The what?
Have you got the bug, the live streaming bug?
Me, I do enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, I give myself 2 nights off a week. Like I normally have Wednesdays off, but you and Gav couldn't do Thursday, so I had off, and I do miss it when I'm not doing it. But I'll tell you now, I have respect for people who do these. Not so much when they're just sat down like playing games and they've got 20 million mods running it. When you actually, like you used to interact with all your audience. Like Russ does. Like obviously I have to because I'm not playing games, I'm just talking. It's tiring. When I finish this on a night, I'm thinking I'll have a little bit of a dab on the armpits, man. I'll be a little bit sweaty, and I'll think, fuck me, that's some graph, that is.
It's draining because you're always yourself. There's no illusions. I am who I stream, but you're always yourself on a high, trying to keep yourself like entertaining. You don't want to be not entertaining, so you can't sit there and go, I can't be arsed and quiet. You've always got to be talking and interacting, talking, chatting. It is quite straining to do. Like I said, I normally do 3 hours, 2 nights a week. And while I've been locked on, I've been doing an hour stream every day. But I just love the interaction. It's like a drug. I just love hanging out and talking to people. I mean, you said Gilf there. Gilf's one of me regular who subscribed to you. I told him I was on here, so he's come over to watch because he's one of my friends now. I mean, and it's incredible. And I just love streaming and interaction. That is the main reason I stream. The game is second place. I could just happily sit there and talk to people in my chat all night. I mean, even now, I'm trying so hard not to answer chat. So I've got, I have a screen here that's in tape mode, full of chat. I don't think you see there. You can't, can you? But it's like kind of just a full.
I can see them trousers again. I think I'm going to find it very hard to go back to just doing a video after this, because there's that buzz of the live interaction that will be gone once I do it. And I can almost understand how it probably became hard for you to get back into doing videos when you're used to doing this. I completely understand that.
And the thing is, obviously, I went over to Twitch because the thing about YouTube on your stream is it makes it a bit hard work, and I can't be asked because you've got to schedule a stream, you've got to make a thumbnail for it, you've got to do your description, you've got to put your tags on, and you've got to do all that kind of stuff. But overall, and I also felt pressure. If I started a game, I've got to do part 1, part 2, part 3, and finish a game. Where over on Twitch, it is a platform built from the ground up for gamers. And there's literally, you type in the game you're playing in, click enter and go live, and that's it. And you stream. And when you're finished, it's not saved, it's got rid of. So there's no people going back watching part 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can play one game one day, one game another. And it's just an incredible platform to stream on. And yeah, and I went over there and I love the platform, basically. I love streaming over there. It's fantastic. The interaction's incredible.
Are you stuck only able to stream there now? Because this can tie into Pete's question, because Pete said, how did Chris build up an audience for his live streams? I remember when you were the Zelda collector, you had a hardcore of followers, including myself, who used to come in and watch regular. Did they all follow you over to Twitch, and now you're over at Twitch? Are you stuck to just being able to be on Twitch and can't stream on YouTube? Because I've heard that can be a thing as well.
Yeah, well, you can't really stream on Twitch. Well, yeah, because I'm what's called affiliate on Twitch. Basically, if you get an average viewership and an average followers, you become an affiliate over on Twitch, and that's the next step before you become a partner. And I'm an affiliate over on there. But a lot of me people come over. But the one thing on Twitch is, which is bad about YouTube, you can't. It's not very good for searching people. So if you go on Twitch and you type in Legend of Zelda, press enter, all it brings up is Legend of Zelda games. You can't just randomly find them on YouTube. So on the Age of Nerd, the only reason I've done videos on there is pure advertisement for my Twitch. If you watch one of them videos, I'm one of those dicks who goes, please subscribe to my channel, I'm over on Twitch. I say at the beginning of the video, I say at the end, I'm one of those dickheads who advertises because I've got to, because I've want people watching videos and go to Twitch, if that makes sense. So yeah, if you video on Age of Nerd, it is basically content for me to advertise that I stream over on Twitch. And I'll basically sit there. listen, please subscribe if you want to say more. I'll live stream on Twitch. Links in the description below. Come and follow me on Twitch if you want to talk about what I've just spoke about. And it's basically 100% advertisement for my Twitch.
And is that because your original audience never followed? Not all of them followed over to Twitch.
No, not a lot of them. Quite the thing is, though, a lot of them were from the retro gaming community. They got come over from Russ. A lot of my people came from Russ's stream to my stream, and then they hung around for the retro community. And then when I went over to Twitch, they just stopped on YouTube. And now, but me new followers who I gained, who were Zelda fans, they followed us. But the retro community kind of stopped on YouTube, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think what Pete wants, because I think Pete's interested in doing streaming. He's like saying, how do you become a streamer? I mean, you can start really fucking like, mine's amateur. It's just a webcam and a mic. I'm just talking. I mean, the stuff you did, I'm assuming you used Elgatos and stuff like that, or stuff like that. And how do you build an audience? I mean, building an audience can be difficult. I mean, I've been lucky because I'm doing it that regular at a time when there's, you know, a lot of people off. I'm getting average figures coming in each night, sort of thing. But I imagine if I'd done this from the off, it would be a long slog.
Oh yeah, if it depends what you want to. If it depends what you want to stream on. If you want to stream on, like to be fair, the whole thing is you'll never. If you want to be a successful streamer, which I'm not more successful, so I'm obviously in the bedroom myself. But you're going to have to build platforms on other channels. You're going to have to build Instagram and advertise on there. You're going to have to build Twitter and advertise on there. You're going to build costs on Twitch. You can't search on Twitch. So you're on Twitch, you have to build communities on other channels and bring them over to Twitch, if you know what I mean. On YouTube, you could get lucky and do videos, and you might be able to search an old stream and stuff like that. But
yeah, I mean, I as a person, like I've said to you, because I've come over and watched your channel a couple of times on Twitch, but I don't know, I just can't get on with the platform. Yeah. Probably because I'm used to YouTube. I've used YouTube for so long. Like you say, it's almost like you've built two separate audiences now, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, do you know what's amazing about my Twitch? Since I started doing daily streams, there's a guy who watches me in Australia. When I stream from 1:30 to 2:30, it's 10:30 over there, and he's watched me for the last week and a half before he goes to bed. I'm sat in the afternoon playing a game, and he's tucked up in bed watching me before he goes to sleep. And that's what streaming is about for me. It's incredible. Just people all over the world watching you while you sit and talk and have a laugh. I love it.
Russ has asked us, Gav fell asleep. So did he ever offer you to come over and be a guest on Age of Nerd, or are you completely fucking banned from that channel, Gav?
What?
Are you allowed on Age of Nerd, or are you banned off that channel?
I've never even been asked, Danster. He's never once asked us if I want to go on his other channel, whatever it's called.
And the thing is, though, it's easy because I literally come in my room, sit down, press a button, and I'm live, and that's easy content. You know what I mean? So,
is it hard work getting Gav involved? He does seem a reluctant partner sometimes. It looks like life's very difficult for Gav, and he has to really be asked to do something.
Like, yeah, I've always been the driving force behind Retroheads. I've always come up with new ideas, tell Gav. I'll give Gav, I'll message Gav. If I don't go to film on a Friday night, I'll text Gav the 3 videos that we're going to record, and I'll say, think about what you want to talk about. And I'll not bring it back. I'll just wing it. I can't be asked. I literally, when Gav turns up, or if I go to his house, I've got to set everything up in his house. I've got to put the seats in place, get our tripod out, get the right height. Even in my house, it's all set up for him to get it. He turns up, sits down. Yeah.
Right, old school. I actually forgot this. Pete, old school, does Twitch. He's been in for a year and he has about 14 views. Is there something that he needs to do different on Twitch as opposed to what you do with YouTube? You said obviously a social media presence is really important.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Pete, if you don't want to grow on Twitch, and this is a genuine, serious thing, you need to tell people on YouTube that you stream on Twitch. You need to tell people on Twitter that you stream on Twitch. You need to post on Instagram that you stream on Twitch. On a searchable thing, so post some pictures on Instagram and get a following. Then once you've got a big following, drop in, when you're about to go live, take a picture of your setup and say, I'm going to go live in 5 minutes. And hopefully them following will come and follow you. You'll never get noticed on... There's that many people streaming the same game on Twitch. So if you want to get on there, you need to get noticed somewhere else to bring them over.
What you say, Gav?
Twitter is a good platform for all that kind of stuff.
But
A lot
retro
of the
humor
big
is good,
gym
yeah.
creators tend to go on about how they're big on Twitter, which they get a lot of their followers over on. Just what I heard, like, I mean,
I've never got on with Twitter, man. I need more
Nah,
characters. I need more characters to say what I need to say in life. I don't write many statuses, but I need a lot of characters when I do.
to be fair, all I use Facebook for is just looking for games to buy and sell sites and stuff like that, you know. Retro Realm, GGG, all that kind of stuff.
I'm banned from GGG. I lasted a week. They threw me out.
I can't stand GGG. Like, they're just a bunch of asses.
Power hungry pricks.
Yeah, but yeah. Someone puts a picture on GGG, like the first three. How much for the lot? It's like, oh, fuck off, man. Let people buy some stuff, you know.
I'll tell you what happened with me in GGG. Fucking, I was in there, and the admin are fucking power hungry idiots. Now I think some guy had got caught backdooring, so they threw him out. So to let him back in the group, they told him right he'd got to set his PlayStation on fire in the garden and video it. And the dickhead did it, right? So me, that's fucking sacrilege to me, just to fucking burn a PlayStation. So I wrote some status saying, you're all a bunch of pricks, man. If you're into gaming, you would never want to see someone do this, blah, blah, blah. And then some prick wrote something about like, but he was backdooring, this is his initiation to get back in. I probably went on a cunt rant, calling everyone cunts. Gavin Harris may have been one of them at one point. And next thing I know, I was banned from there and several other groups. But I don't deal with dickheads like, I mean, fuck me, it's retro gaming, man. What the fuck you doing, you bunch of arseholes?
I never saw that, but I have to agree with you, like Dan said. Yeah, if they're in for the love of it, why would you tell someone to burn something that you love? You know,
yeah.
It's just fucking.
I'll tell you what, if they told me, man, I'd tell them how fucking far they could shove that group up their fucking arses till it come out the mouth, is what I'd have told them.
Yeah. GGG, it's good because you can get a bargain. But if somebody puts a load of stuff on, you can guarantee that there's about 3 or 4 fucking Billy Big Bollocks who will come and say, how much for the lot? I'll buy the lot off you. How much you want for it? It's like, let people buy.
That's probably fucking Gav Harris. I know he doesn't watch my channel, so he can go fuck himself anyway. I'll see him at the booth.
A lot of them do it, though. That's the problem. Resellers, man, bunch of fucking cunts.
Yeah.
Problem is, with our hobby, we have to deal with them, though, you know? You have to... I mean, I get along with a lot of them because, like, a lot of these game stores and everything, they're resellers. They buy in bulk and sell. I get on with them. Just when they flaunt it too much, you know?
Yeah, but they don't like you when the shoe's on the other foot. Like if someone bought fucking, I don't know, Gun Club off them for a tenner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're not too keen on that. You know, at the end of the day, you all win some, you all lose some. As long as everyone's breaking a little bit even, I don't see what's wrong. But as I say, GGG's full of fucking power-hungry idiots. That's my personal opinion, not the opinion of the panel, but it's mine, and I don't give a fuck. But what we're talking about, boy,
rabid to me.
It used to be a lot worse. It used to be a lot worse 4 or 5 years ago when I got booted out. I don't know what it's like now, but I've never gone to rejoin because I don't fancy setting a fucking PlayStation on fire in my garden, if I'm honest. And neither would I anyway. I'd tend to buy. But while we're on about buying and selling, Chris, you've had a fucking right ball ache just before COVID, didn't you, with getting a Saturn from Italy. So if you want to tell us about our story, it's a good fucking warning to people out there to be careful and skeptical.
Yeah, like again, it was in one of the Facebook groups. I can't remember. It was. I think you did post it in one of the JJJ groups originally, actually. But I was looking for the Sega Saturn, and I joined the Sega Saturn Collectors UK group. And I just put in there, I'm looking for a Saturn. Has anyone got one? This lad messaged us saying he had a Saturn for sale. It was a decent bundle. It was a Japanese Saturn, and there was a UK PAL Saturn in there. It was from Italy. And I just got chatting to him. And the thing was, it was Italian, and he couldn't speak English very well. So I was translating his messages into English, and then I was writing mine into translator and putting it back into Italian. So when we were communicating, it was going through a translator. And yeah, we spoke for about probably a week, talking about price and stuff like that and everything, trying to like, he was on about weight and he had to get down to the post office to check the weight for a postage price and that. And then in the end, I bought a Japanese Sega Saturn with about 6 games and a light gun. I paid €400, which was 350 quid, I think. It kind of worked out as. Was that?
It was all boxed and mint because I remember seeing the pictures that obviously he'd sent you. You showed us it was all in very, very nice condition.
It was 350. Worked out about £300. That's what it was. Yeah, and then the guy sent us a picture of everything in the box. It was all minty box, everything, and it was well packed up. He even rang us asking for me phone number to put on the receipt at the post office where he was at because he needed my phone number to put on. Well, champion, so he sent it off. And the thing was, it was a Japanese Saturn, so he didn't get it modified to work in the UK. And if anyone knows who Simon Locke is, he's a wizard. Simon Locke, he does everyone is modern, basically. He does modifications for everyone. I mean, I'm a very good friend of him. I mean, that's one of the greatest things about YouTube. I met Simon and I'm really good friends with him now. And I sent it to him directly to modify for us. And when he opened the box, it was full of MDF. No Sega Saturn, no games, no gun. It's a box full of MDF. Yeah, and poor Simon, he sent me a message saying that, Chris, can I contact you? There's nothing in this box but rubbish. And I thought he was taking the mickey at first. And then, can you ring us, please? And when I rang him, I could tell by his voice. Just he was devastated. Simon was like, I think he felt responsible, actually. But yeah, brutal. Lost the box full of MDF. I messaged him straight away and literally replied within 5 minutes. What's that? That's not the box I sent. That's got red tape all over it, like red duct tape. And I'm like, why, this is the box. You know what I mean? This is the box you sent me. He's like, no, that's not the box I sent you. He says, it looks like the same box, but I didn't put that red tape on. And he's trying to tell me that the picture he sent me was the one, but it must have opened in the post office because the box was battered as well by those holes in the side and everything. It looked like it had a rough journey. And he's trying to say that maybe someone in the post office had opened it up and took the contacts out and replaced it and repackaged it up. So, and the thing is, I'm still in contact with him now. We're being backwards and forwards. He reckons he's talking to people. And the thing is, it's like, in me head, I know it's a scam. I know this, but in my heart, I'm still holding out hope because there's so many discrepancies to the story. Like you're saying, it's say over there, you don't hand it in. You put stickers on the box like you do over here. You hand it in to their service, and you get a receipt, and they take it away, and they do the processing later. So when he handed it in on the receipt, there is about 2 hours to when the stickers were put on the box, and the box is over the top of the red tape that he claimed they didn't put on, if you know what I mean. And the weight is different. The weight was like lighter on the process sticker than there was on the receipt he sent me for when he actually handed it in.
I can see how you're a bit doubtful of whether he's scamming you or not, because now listening to that, like obviously I've only read text when you've written it in our WhatsApp group. He seems to have gone to a lot of trouble to fucking scam you, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and the thing is, what annoys me the most...
And why would the post office accept a box that's so battered for... You know what I mean? I imagine if you went to a fucking post office in anywhere in the world and you took a fucking box and looked like it had been booted around the fucking floor to be sent to anyone, they'd be fucking questioning it.
Yeah, and of course, I sent friends of family something knackered.
Go on, let Gav take the piss or whatever he's about to do.
Wait, no, I wasn't going to take it. Just Simon Locke was saying that Italy's rife for this type of thing as well, though.
Apparently, apparently Italy, it's just a business in itself for intercepting parcels and taking expensive stuff out. But like you say, I paid friends and family. Everyone's called me for that. But the money I got to buy the Saturn was through selling my retro stuff, and it was all friends and family payments. You know what I mean? I got payments in of £150, £100. I know it wasn't quite £300, sorry, but everything I sold, I do friends and family. And this guy, we had banter, and I trusted him. And like you said, why still talk to me? This happened 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I still talk to him now. And he thinks, and because of COVID, he's saying because of COVID, everything's in Italy's right for it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
apparently,
Addy Sneaker Freak says the postal service is notorious in it. I think as someone coming out of the UK, who I know we bash the people who deliver stuff in our country, the postal service, My Hermes and all that, but it's a lot better here.
My Hermes is fucking arseholes. Like, I fucking hate them with a passion. They cannot deliver a parcel to save their fucking life. All the rest, I've got no problem with. Post office, any of these private, TNT, any of that lot, they're all fine. But My Hermes is fucking useless because you just cannot get in touch with them at all. It's all internet based, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you need the track number and all that kind of shit. Sorry, carry on.
No, but I'm still talking to him. I messaged him and he reckons that because of COVID, the whole place is shut down and he can't talk to the right person because they all went from home. And where he's at, it's a red zone, so you can't even leave your house in Italy without an app on your phone. It's that bad.
Is that where we got the red tape from, the red zone?
Yeah. But like I said, I did message him the other day saying, listen, I want to talk about refunds. I says, I'll tell you what, mate. I says, give us half the money back. We've both lost, we'll be fair. And he turned around and said that he's struggling for money because where he's working at, 60 of 100 people are getting laid off, so he's struggling for refunds. And I'm like, well, yeah, mate, what about me? I'm at work also. And kind of conversations are slowed down at the moment when I'm asking for money. But like I say, my head's saying scam, my heart's holding out hope still. I don't know what to do. I've got a box full of Italian hardwood.
Did you bring Corona over with that fucking hardwood? Because there was no fucking case. You've made some nice shields out of it, though, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Good shields.
What I'd say...
But can I say after all this thing, though, and he's put in with Simon Locke is a true legend, because after all this, he went through his dead pile of Sega Saturns, he brought one back to life for us, he modified it, put a chip in with it, he bought a new controller for us, he's got his SCART lead from RGB cables, and he sent it to us. And then I've paid him all for it. I've busted up every last penny I could, and I've given him as much money as I could. It still won't cover what he's done, but I think he felt that bad. He did send us a Sega Saturn care package. And yeah, I give him as much money as I could, and I'll always be in Simon's debt for what he did.
Oh, Simon Locke is an absolute true gent to the community. I've never heard anyone say a bad word of him. If you go to a play event, he's worked on every single one of them fucking consoles that's fucking working there. If you go to Revival, he'll have worked on the consoles are there. He's working on a couple of mine at the moment. And you know what? The one thing I always feel bad about, when I go to an event and I mention who I've met, I always forget Simon. And I think that's because he doesn't do a lot on the tubes. He's always present in the comments. And I always see him and I always forget that when I do my roll call, I think, fuck me, I forget Si. And he's probably one of the ones who I spent the longest fucking talking to. Like at Revival, I think I gave his lad something, his little lad was walking around and I just gave him a little thing or something like that. And he is just such a top bloke and he does so much. Everyone mentions him because he fucking deserves it because of the amount of stuff he does for people. He's a genuine and kind guy.
When I first started streaming, he was a moderator for Russ. And then when I started streaming, he'd come over and he started moderating for me. And even now that I've moved up to Twitch, I bet I can count on one hand the amount of streams he's missed. And even if he pops in for 5 minutes to say hello, he's in nearly every one of my streams, even for 5 or 10 minutes just to say hello and how we're doing. He's one of the kindest blokes I know. He's incredible. Really.
He doesn't live a million miles away from me. I don't want to mention where he lives because I don't know if everyone knows, but he doesn't live a million miles away from me. He's I go to some of the boot sales that are by where he lives, sort of thing. But he said, I never bother going there. He said, 'cause I know you get out of fucking bed way before I do. but he's a very knowledgeable person. And I always think he could do a lot more on the tubes than what he does, sort of thing.
I tell him all the time to do like logs of him repairing systems and stuff like that. The systems he's had through his hands and fixed and modified it's incredible. He sends us pictures all the time of stuff he's working on and stuff goes on.
Well, at the last Doncaster, I don't know if you heard, there was like a house clearance place. There was there an Andy Brown who runs Replay, hoovered up a load of like some of the most obscure systems. And all he said, oh, well, Simon will get these working. And I saw Simon then at Revival and he goes, some of these machines I've never even seen or touched. He said, He said, I'm confident am I? He said, but Andy's asking a little bit much here because I've fucking never laid my hands on one before. But I think he's known as if Simon can't get it fixed, there's not many others who can. I mean, I know a guy called Jason Birch. He's another local lad. He was at Revival. He mends a lot of the 8-bit systems as well. He's another good. There's not many bad guys who I've met in the retro gaming community. That is for sure.
Yeah, the thing is, he's just so dry as well. I mean, we game with him regularly. We did Star Trek VR with Simon, didn't we, Gav?
Yeah.
So dry and like he's hilarious. Like he's hilarious.
But you need to get him talking, don't you? He's quiet. He's quiet and shy,
He's such a lovely guy, though, man. He's never fucking in here, though. He's a wanker, really. So you're a wanker. You never come and watch my stream.
He's
probably
too busy
like
fixing everyone else's computers, man. Honestly, the amount of work he has on at any one time is unreal. Like he's always got at least 4 or 5 systems on the mend at any one point in time. It's just
I've not even messaged him about mine because I just know he'll get it done whenever he can get it done. I'm not fucking really pressuring him for it. So we're coming into the last 15, 20 minutes. Let's talk a little bit about community and how you found it since you guys have came in, like from the tubes, who you've met, how you've gone with events and stuff like that. We'll just round up with some positivity from there, hopefully. Gav can go first because he ain't said nothing for ages.
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
I don't get a chance with Chris, like, honestly.
It's me head to go. You don't want to be in here.
Shut up, man, Chris. I don't think I've met, in real life, I don't think I've met a bad person. And a lot of the main people, I mean, a lot of the underlings, even, if you want to call them that, they're all lovely. I mean, the retro gaming community in the UK, it gets a bit of flack here and there and everything. But if you see somebody out at one of these events, we all like the same things. You can get on with them all at one level or another. I don't think I've had to say I don't like him for any reason at all, really, apart from like maybe a couple of comments in a comment section on this guy's video or that guy's video or something like that, you know. There's probably only one example, no names mentioned, that I can think where like people don't tend to get on with them, if you know what I mean.
I'd probably say that's more a reflection on that person than as the community as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just one thing sparked that though, if you know what I mean. One video or one comment or something like that sparked that, and it just spiraled out of control a bit much, and it might have been that person's mentality to be a bit weird, but I don't know. I don't think anybody is a bad person in this whole community that we are in, and I'm happy to say that I'm part of this community. And anyone that comes up to us, I'll talk to. I mean, don't get us wrong. I won't recognise you because I'm terrible with faces and names. I mean, you're lucky I know you are, Dainster. I am terrible. Most of the time when I see somebody out, I'll turn to Chris and say, "Who's he?" And he'll quickly tell us who they are. And it's like, "All right, mate. I watched one of your videos tonight." But yeah, that's just my memory, and that's just the way I am. I try to put it out as much as I can that I don't know faces and names of people because I just have that mental block in my head where I can't remember the faces and names of people that I haven't actually met in real life. If that makes any sense to you.
Yeah,
you are good with knowing somebody's face and knowing who they are. Same as Chris. Chris is the same. He knows people and he recognises them. I just don't. It's just one of them things. So if anyone sees us in the event and like it looks like I don't know who you are, that's probably why. It's just me.
I do remember when Retro Godfather Dahl called me Bearded Manchild the once. I don't know who was more offended because obviously Craig wasn't there, but I'm not that fucking short. So that's I've not yet to meet Craig. We've passed it. I like Craig, but I've heard he's one of the fucking midget gamers. There's a few of you about him, the Gav.
He's about my height, yeah.
That's what I said, midget.
Yeah.
We're getting a
He's a bit bigger
pantomime
than
together
Russ.
this year. We're getting
He's
pantomime
about
together this year.
he's the same height as me, but like Russ is about down there. I think Russ comes up to the bottom of my nose. So
Russ is actually qualified as a dwarf, I think. I think the correct
is,
term is
yeah.
dwarfism when you
yeah,
refer
he
to.
doesn't like that name. Baldy Dwarf's another one that he doesn't like.
Gus has just commented, when Gav had AIDS, I didn't recognise him. So how about you, Chris? Have you, obviously you've met a lot of the tubers who you interact with. Have you met anyone from Twitch, and what's your feel on the retro gaming community as a whole?
Like, the retro gaming community is incredible. Like you said, so welcoming. I must say, when I spoke about Blackpool earlier, I went down there, and
By the way, Chris stalked the TNT lads. I just want to put this out there now.
Even Big Daddy C. Even Big Daddy C.
Big Daddy C.
Wait, nobody heard of Big Daddy C back then. It was like that South African bloke. But yeah, I was at a store buying something, and then like it's like, oh, where's Chris gone now? And he was talking to Soul Funk Retro, Matt, and Gus Newton and Lee at the time. I was like, right, he's found another group of lads that he wants to hang around with, stalking them.
But they were so welcoming. When I went to spoke to them, they were so welcoming. And the thing is, when I went home and edited that footage, there was so many people at that event that I didn't even notice because I had my head down buying games because there for such a short time. I was walking up and off the camera, and there was that many YouTubers that walked past. I was gutted. But no, like I said, they were so welcoming. And the first event when I met Pete and Daz and Cybersnake was it when Leeds was in the town centre. And literally, we walked into a bar, and as soon as I walked in, Pete was shouting, "Way, Team Champ!" And just so welcoming. One trip, Pete. And
one trip, Pete.
One trip, aye.
None of them knew us, and he invited us to go to an arcade club. And we took a detour, didn't we, Gav? We went to the arcade club for about an hour and a half before we even went home.
You see, that was Corners de Lauro that said that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on your way home, man. It's on your way home.
It's like an hour and a half.
It wasn't quite on the way home, guys. Thanks.
But no, the community is absolutely incredible. And like I said, the people I've met, I mean, in groups and stuff, I think I'm members of groups on my phone, and I can't keep up because I'm in different groups with different people. I'm trying to have a conversation. I'm having conversations with the same person in 3 different groups about different things because it's just you're that many great people. You're talking to so many people, and yeah, it's just I can't knock the UK YouTube community. It's fantastic. I love Blackpool. It's absolutely amazing. The meetup is incredible. The banter.
I need to ask you something here. Have you met Tony then? Because I've never met Tony. He's never at Blackpool. I've never had the privilege of meeting Tony.
Yeah, we met Tony. You're what?
You're what?
Yeah, we met Tony. What was it, 2 years ago now?
2 years? Yeah, maybe 2, 3 years ago.
2, 3 years ago, he came to one of the Blackpools. He's a canny lad, like.
I've never met him yet. I've still met 2. He'll probably have another 3 channels before I get to fucking meet him. He'll be on Emerald, Gaming, Movies, Jones.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind Tony. What you see is what you get with Tony, I think, in his videos. He's no different in video to real life, which is what pretty much I think you want to aspire to.
I think every YouTuber should be themselves on screen because, as you say, once you go to then meet someone at an event, if they're not like that, it can be a massive throw to your system.
Well, that's the thing. If you watch somebody on YouTube and they watch you, when you actually meet up in real life, it's like you've known them for years.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. That's why it is so welcoming. Well, a good part of why it's so welcoming. I mean, if it's kind of like you've known each other, but you've never met in real life. It's like you're playing online or something like that, isn't it? So, yeah, if you're yourself on your channel, then you'll have no bother getting on with people who actually watch your channel and support you.
But that's why I like doing it with Gav, because we can't be nothing but ourselves. Because if we try and be something we're not, it's like, what the fuck you doing, you dickhead? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, what you doing, Gav? You knob. That's it.
You keep each other grounded and real.
Yeah. And I know people say I've left and we're not doing Retroheads, but we do. But it's just that hard to get time together nowadays. And last time we did a video over a Skype call, that nearly put me off YouTube because of the comments we got. So I try and do it face to face now.
Well, to be honest, this is a good little platform for you now. Like, obviously, Chris, I know you've been looking at this today. This would be a good little platform for you to use if you can't physically be in the same room together, for sure.
You see, but the thing in all is, though, the content, I love me event stuff, and that's what I think our best content is.
Well, you're not going to do any of fucking them at the moment, are you?
No, but that's what I'm saying. That was the last video we did, and it's just kind of like we're never meant to be talking heads. We're meant to be doing events all the time. So yeah, but I'm looking at this now. Hopefully, I'll try and get a couple of videos out where we just sit and talk and have a crack.
That'd be good. It'd be good to see you both more active together, and I'm glad I've been able to get you both together tonight. The final question I'd like to ask you both, it was actually a question from Pete Old School. I don't know how much you'll be able to answer this because you guys have been around the same time as me. Do you feel YouTube's changed at all over the last few years as a platform? Or Gav, if you want to go first.
A lot of people have said it's changed. I really haven't noticed much. I don't know. I still enjoy it. It's still the same for me as it always was. People saying it's changed, but I think we came in during that change time, if you know what I mean.
I class us as like the middle ground. Like, I don't like saying there's groups. It's not like there's groups, but you've got people like Stu and people who've been doing it 10 years. That's them there. Then you've got all the new people whom there. And not like a lost generation, but we're the guys who come along in the middle, who we're a little bit of that and we're a little bit of this, if you know what I mean. And in a way, that's why I set up this stream, because I thought if anyone can bridge the gap, it's probably someone who came around at the sort of time we got into YouTube sort of thing, if that makes sense.
I totally agree with you there, Athletic Dance, there, because like it seems to me to be a lot of the Tootie, Cojones, Godfather even, who were the older generation who said it has changed that much.
Yeah.
Where I didn't notice because I wasn't around at that generation. I only came in around about when the change happened. So for me, the change was just the way it was, if that makes any sense to you.
I get that.
Yeah. For me, it hasn't changed. I mean, yeah, there's new tubers coming on and everything, but it's the same old platform. I mean, everyone's still nice to each other as far as I know. There is things go on in the background, and as they say, if you know, you know. But I don't think your videos should be focused around on if you know, you know, because you cut out a lot of the percentage of people who actually don't know to that video. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
So how about you, Chris? Do you feel it's changed? Because obviously, you know, you've interacted with the platform, you've moved away a little, but you're still involved. Like, you purely use it for advertising.
I don't think it's changed at all for any of the people who say it has changed, because it only changes if you want it to change. Do you know what I mean? If you still do what you've always done, and you watch your channels you've always watched, and you interact with people you've always interacted with, then it'll not change. It's only if you look outside what other people are doing on the platform. To be fair, don't look at what other people are doing. You know what I mean? You don't have to look at what everyone else is doing. And the people say it's changed because money's involved in YouTube now or whatever. But don't look at other people. Do what you want. It's called YouTube. Do what you want to do. It doesn't have to change. It doesn't have to change for you. Do what you want. Talk. Do your videos. Do your videos you've always done. And talk to people you've always talked to. And just do what, be you, be yourself, and crack on. You know what I mean? It's
is that what the question's about? Is it about the monetization?
No, I just think
no. People think YouTube's changed, but I'm not about that. I'm just saying that anything in life, change only happens if you make it yourself. Really, innit? You know what I mean? anything can change. Only ever happens if you make it yourself. So if you think something changes, you're doing something yourself to change something.
Woodley makes a good point. He doesn't think YouTube's changed. People have.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to get across. It's if you think something's changed, you are changing it yourself, basically.
I think the one thing I do see is I see some channels, not so many now, but I have seen channels over the period who think they can come in and just make a quick buck out of YouTube. And when it doesn't work, they usually disappear pretty fastly. You know what I mean? And they come in with like a false idea of that they'll, you know, I'll do a channel this month and I'll be on 100,000 subscribers in a year time. And, you know, I always say now to get to a fucking 1,000, you are fucking grinding now to get to 1,000 subs.
We're at the same time. I think we're still on roughly the same pegging, aren't we, Dancer?
Yeah, I'd say so, man. I'd say so. I think
to be fair though, we both stopped for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, I've had 2 big breaks of like, I had a break about a year after I started when my dad was ill. And then I had another break last year when I was having my house rewired. And they're not just little breaks. I go away for like 4 to 6 months at a time. And I don't need that long off. It's just it becomes that long for me to be asked to get back into doing things again. And it's almost like rebuilding that confidence up again to do that first video is what I found when it involves coming back.
Sometimes you tend to think it would be better if you were just a voiceover for whatever you're doing, like a couple of hands looking through games at one of these markets or something, rather than actually appearing on the camera and sitting down and saying, "This is what I bought. Look at this here. What do you think of that?" And it all depends on your video style as well, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, because you in front of the video all the time, apart from like when you do your walk around and then you're talking to the people, but you still appear in them videos sat in front of the camera talking about the events and all that kind of stuff. So I do think that does make a difference as well. Like,
I mean, I'm lucky that like I get better looking every day, so I never have a fucking fear about coming back on the camera. Like,
I have noticed you've got a bit blonder since the last time I saw you. Like,
yeah, this is a fucking COVID haircut. This is like basically true story. I bought a load of bleach I've done a couple of Super Nintendos today. I've retro brighted them, and I said to my missus, I said, "Would that bleach dye my hair?" She goes, "Well, I'd have thought so." And I went, "Let's fucking do it." So, you know, I mean, I had that fucking big afro perm for fucking ages because I was bored, and then I grew the ponytail.
Well, I knew you when you had the perm originally.
Oh yeah, when we first started.
I just thought that was
somehow like.
Mate, my hair is naturally straight, and no one believed that when they went, "Oh, you've straightened your hair," and I was like, "No, I used to perm it before."
I still don't believe it now that you've said it. I just assume that you are naturally curly. You must.
No, mate. To be fair, this is retro for me. I had my hair dyed this long back in the late 90s for sure. Right, guys, we are approaching the final minutes of the stream, and what I'd like to do is what I've done every night is get YouTube to send a message out to the community, like, you know, wishing well, whatever. And if Gav wants to go first, then Chris.
Well, I would just say, stay at home, play computer games, and stay safe. And be nice to each other in them comments. No nasty comments to each other, man. Oh, yeah.
I can't promise that in a minute, to be honest. But how about you, Gav?
What?
Sorry, how about you, Chris? How about a message from you, Chris? Hey, I've done well all night to get you mixed up. I know you have got your fucking names there.
I was going to say my name's right there.
That's really hard to point to where you want to point on the camera.
My name's there.
Well,
Chris, what are you going to say? Don't buy anything friends and family on Facebook. That's my advice.
No, mine is I stream twice a week over on Twitch. Link is in the description below.
Shut up, man.
In all seriousness, everyone's channel does get linked in the description, so that'll be done tomorrow when this processes, because the processing at the moment on YouTube's unreal.
No, what my only message is, Dane said, You've done a fantastic job, mate. I know I don't comment that much, but I do try and watch as much as I can. I'm a lurker. I have you in my pocket with my headphones on while I'm washing up and doing stuff around the house. I am a lurker. I hope you get the bug, and I hope after all this you continue doing it, even if it's a weekly stream, having people on, because you've done fantastic for the community. We used to call you've been gamed Mr. Community. I think you are now Mr. Community. You'll get his t-shirt as Mr.
He won't be happy about that, Lee. What I'll say, guys, it's been a pleasure having you both on. I'm glad you've both come on together. It's been superb.
And just on protect the NHS.
What I usually do is drop you guys backstage when I finish, but I've got a few things I need to say tonight, so I won't be able to come and hang out with you backstage because I want to say a few things at the end of the stream about something that's pissed me off today, and I don't want you two to be associated with it, so this is solely going to be my thing at the end. So
give us 10 seconds to get on your Facebook, because I can't unless I can watch you backstage, can I?
You probably hear me backstage still, so
right, that's all right then. I want to know what you're on about. I heard you say it at the start of the episode, and I was like,
yeah,
what's he talking about?
It involves someone who's wore a hat who's done a video today, and it's really pissed me off, if I'm honest.
All right, yes.
I know what you're about then.
So
I saw it in the chat.
Quite quickly, though, didn't I?
Yeah, it's not you. But guys, thank you both for being on. I will link, obviously, your joint channel and Chris, your Twitch and everything in the description. So if anyone wants to go over and support these guys, when do you stream again, Chris? Every day currently?
Thursday and Sunday night from 9 o'clock, and every day at 1:30.
Please go and check Chris out and give him your support. I believe if you currently subscribe to Amazon Prime, you can also give him a follow, which will help Chris out, and it doesn't cost you a penny, which I think is a good thing if it's not costing anyone anything, and it helps.
I've lost my rent control, so I could really do with the money.
We're talking about that in a minute. So, but guys, thank you for being on, and please take care.
Right.
Thank you, James.
Thanks, everyone.
No worries. Cheers, guys.
See you.
Right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Chris and Gav are both great fucking guys. I want to say thank you to everyone who's always supported this stream since I've been doing it. I like to think that I've not asked for anything from you guys other than a couple of stream raids, which is a bit of fun, but I'm asking for your time now. Now, there's a member, he's not a part of the retro gaming community, not as far as I'm fucking concerned, but he is a big YouTuber who's done a video today which has really boiled my fucking piss. His name is Top Hat Gaming Man. His real name's Richard, which he discloses in this video. So therefore, if he's done a video, it's free content for me to talk about. And basically, he's fucking crying about that he's no longer earning money from YouTube. Although his viewing figures are high, his income's fucking low. So he's got no income coming in, but he owns a fucking house that he rents out to someone. And unfortunately, his insurance doesn't cover COVID. He's lucky enough to have gone living in fucking Hungary and Romania, and he's bitching and whining that he's got no income. So he's begged on Patreon for people to support him. And in fucking an evening since he's done it, his Patreon has grown $1,000, and that makes me sick. It fucking makes me sick in a climate where people are not being able to work and earn, that he's fucking gone on his channel and fucking begged influential people to support him. Now, for me, he chose to do YouTube full time. No one fucking asked him to. You know, I'm a plasterer. That's my fucking career choice. I'm currently not fucking earning anything. But I don't come on here bitching and whining about it. I do something positive for the community. I do this stream because I want to do it, because I need to do it. I'll tell you why I need to do it. Because my mom has been in fucking hospital for 5 weeks, right? The night before I did the Conus Dolores stream, it was exposed that she had COVID-19. Now, touching wood, she's had a test today to say that she's fought that, which I didn't think she'd fucking do because my mom has been so ill, right? So if anyone had anything to bitch about life being unfair, it would be fucking me and not him. So I don't want you to go over and give him fucking hate. But if you support me in this stream, I want you to go over to his channel now. Don't be abusive. Don't be offensive. Find his channel, his video that he's fucking bitching about in, and leave him a negative comment purely because I want to see if it comes up. Secondly, go and thumbs down his fucking video because he deserves to. Then go to his Twitter. Again, don't be abusive. Don't be offensive. Just tell him that you fucking do not agree with him begging for money off other people on a platform where people who are watching aren't fucking working. People are currently fucking suffering. You know, there's people who are fucking dying every day. Nurses in the NHS today in the news, a pregnant fucking nurse has fucking died giving birth to a baby through COVID-19. And also, right, the guy has tried to defend himself in the comments, saying he's not trying to appeal for us UK people to pay. He's actually wants the US people who are probably worse off than us because they don't have a fucking NHS and they don't get the fucking support that they do. They're asked to fucking pay for it. So please, guys, if you support this stream, if you fucking believe in anything that I say, because I believe I'm a good and honest person, go over to this guy's channel and let him fucking know what he has done is not right, because we're not going to change that. We're not going to make his figures go down. We're not going to make his views go down, but we might make him fucking feel a little bit bad for what he's done. And I hope the son of a bitch never shows his face at another fucking gaming event I'm at for sure, because he fucking won't be welcome to have a fucking pint with me at the bar like he thinks he is. He's not fucking welcome here and he needs to fuck off. So, after that little fucking bit of a rant, because I fucking feel so passionate about this, because I think he's so fucking wrong, I hope you'll all be back on Friday. I'm having tomorrow off. I've done tonight because Chris and Gav couldn't do Thursday, and they're both great guys. And I've said this after they're off air because this is my opinion. This isn't anyone else's opinion. It's my opinion. And I don't want anyone else associated with it other than me. I'm fucking prepared for any backlash that I get, and I give no fucks and I have no fear. But guys, I'll see you all. Stay safe, and I'll see you Friday. Take it easy.